and she actually has stories to tell about kids in her class that she sees, and this is affected and related to some of the bills we're talking about today. But Cindy, why don't you tell us what we shared with Senator Lovely?
Okay, so we were working on the paid sick time leave bill, and I shared one of the stories that I think is going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I had this really sweet girl in my class this year. I teach 5th grade, and so she's like not a dramatic girl. She was like a really great student, and one day she came to school and was like laying her head down on her desk and like crying all day, which is very out of character for her. So I asked her what was wrong. She said she wasn't feeling good, and so I asked if I could send her to the nurse, and she said no, she wasn't going to go. So all day I persisted, and during lunch she came up to me and said, "Miss Rife, please don't make me go out to recess." And I'm like, why don't you want to go to recess? You can't stay in because the teachers have to go out with you. And she was like, please can I go to another classroom? And I said, why don't you go to the nurse if you're feeling that bad? And she said, if I go to the nurse, they're going to call my mom and send me home. And my mom can't afford to miss a day of work. And so she refused to go home and stayed at school the whole day, and it was a miserable day for her. So something that I've been sharing with people we've been meeting with is just that, I mean, she's an example of what kids are going through. They're very aware of their parents' economic situation. They come to school, they're miserable, they're spreading their illnesses to other children whose parents are in the same situation. Also the low wage I've been thinking about this summer, a lot of my kids can't afford to eat healthy because their parents don't make enough to buy them healthy food, so they like live off of chips and soda because they're cheap and they're convenient. So yeah, that's how the issue affects me and all the kids in my school.
Excellent.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. So this is about kids.